Hello and welcome back to India Business Insights. Today, let us take a deep dive into understanding India's sustainable and environmental practices. India, a country steeped in rich heritage, is embarking on a transformative journey towards sustainability. Amidst rapid industrial growth, India is harnessing the power of environmental regulations to propel sustainable business practices forward. We understand the significance of sustainability. It's not just about profits, it's about our responsibility towards the planet and society. By adhering to environmental regulations, we are not just complying with laws, we are creating a better future for generations to come. Renewable energy adoption, waste reduction, and stakeholder engagement are becoming the cornerstone of business strategies. The Indian government's push for sustainability through policies like the National Monetization Pipeline and Responsible Business Conduct Guidelines emphasize the nation's commitment. Corporate giants like Tata Group and Mahindra are leading the charge, setting exemplary standards with their sustainable initiatives. Join us in this video as we explore and uncover the intricate layers of how these regulations and practices intersect within the Indian business landscape. In recent years, India has emerged as a beacon of change, steadfastly steering its business landscape towards sustainability through stringent environmental regulations and a concerted push for responsible corporate practices. This transformation is not merely a regulatory mandate but a conscious effort to forge a greener, more equitable future. Businesses are increasingly embracing environmental, social, and governance, that is ESG, as well as corporate social responsibility CSR frameworks to embed sustainable practices within their operations. This entails leveraging renewable energy sources, enhancing connections with stakeholders, and actively participating in environmentally conscious endeavors. The crux of this metamorphosis lies in the confluence of robust environmental regulations and the integration of sustainable business practices. Indian regulators have been instrumental in sculpting this landscape, recognizing the intrinsic link between corporate conduct and environmental impact. Let's dive into the regulatory foundations. At the heart of this movement are regulatory bodies such as the Securities and Exchange Board of India (SEBI) and the Reserve Bank of India (RBI), catalysts in propelling the paradigm shift towards environmental, social, and governance factors. SEBI's introduction of the Business Responsibility Reporting (BRR) framework in 2012 was a pivotal movement. This framework mandated listed companies to divulge their ESG practices, compelling them to embrace sustainable measures and fortify corporate governance standards. Simultaneously, RBI's directives to banks in 2016 mandating environmental and social impact assessments (ESIA) or ESIA for new projects aimed to incorporate environmental and social risks into financing decisions, affirming the financial sector's commitment to sustainable development. The inclusive approach. ESG regulations in India extend beyond finance. The National Monetization Pipeline (NMP), launched in 2021, embodies the government's vision to monetize assets responsibly, emphasizing social responsibility and environmental sustainability in asset monetization, underlines the multifaceted approach to ESG integration. Moreover, the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change's Eco Nivas Samhita 2020 guidelines signify a comprehensive approach to promoting energy efficient residential buildings. These initiatives underscore India's commitment to energy efficiency and reducing carbon footprints across sectors. Impact on business landscape. The marriage of regulatory rigor and sustainable business practices has reshaped the corporate mindset. Companies increasingly recognize that sustainability is not just a moral imperative but a strategic advantage. Businesses embracing eco friendly practices not only fulfill societal obligations but also attract environmentally conscious consumers and investors, bolstering their long term competitiveness. However, despite these strides, challenges persist. Widespread adoption of sustainable practices remains a work in progress, requiring greater collaboration between businesses, regulators, and civil society. Effective enforcement mechanisms and incentives are pivotal in propelling this transformation. On a broader scale, India's Ministry of Corporate Affairs is spearheading the integration of sustainability into the corporate landscape through the National Guidelines on Responsible Business Conduct. These guidelines advocate for the adoption of resource efficient, low carbon technologies and underscore the importance of accountability for environmental impact alongside due consideration for stakeholders. Companies above a certain size are required to make extensive disclosure in their annual reports regarding their ESG initiatives and also to provide extracts from their business responsibility statements. Some of the larger companies have also set SDG targets and regularly report their progress towards these targets. Here's an example of a company and its initiative towards sustainable practices in India. Tata Group. Tata Power's commitment to renewable energy. Tata, in alignment with its commitment to societal welfare, prioritizes uplifting local communities near its operational areas. The company integrates social responsibility with business excellence, emphasizing long term stakeholder value creation, particularly for marginalized groups like scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, persons with disability, women, and society at large. The corporate social responsibility efforts revolve around health, education, employability, and environmental initiatives for diverse target groups in urban and semi urban India. These endeavors follow a detailed annual action plan, execution modalities, monitoring impact assessment, and stringent evaluation processes. Tata Motors allocates at least 2% of its average net profits from Indian operations over the preceding 3 years of CSR. Any surplus from CSR project remains separate from the company's business profits. A two-tiered governance structure oversees CSR implementation, the board and CSR committee at the top level, and a CSR team at the operational level. Their approach, more from less for more, aims at maximizing the impact of CSR projects through resource optimization and stakeholder partnerships. The company disperses milestone based payments to CSR implementing partners and fosters a culture of volunteering, leveraging core competencies for innovative and effective CSR initiatives aimed at creating measurable impacts. Tata Power, a part of the esteemed Tata Group, stands as a prime example of company dedicated to fostering sustainable practices in India. With a steadfast commitment to reducing its carbon footprint, Tata Power has taken significant strides towards renewable energy generation and environmental stewardship. The company has actively diversified its energy portfolio by investing in renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and hydroelectric power. Tata Power's renewable energy initiatives include establishing solar and wind farms across the country, contributing significantly to India's renewable energy capacity. One notable project is Tata Power's creation of India's largest solar power plant in Dholera, Gujarat. The ambitious ventures aligns with the nation's renewable energy goals, harnessing solar energy to generate clean electricity while reducing greenhouse gas emissions. Moreover, Tata Power has ventured into innovative solutions such as rooftop solar installations, promoting decentralized clean energy generation. This initiative not only reduces reliance on fossil fuels but also empowers communities by providing access to clean energy. Additionally, Tata Power emphasizes environmental conservation through initiatives like tree plantation drives, biodiversity preservation, and sustainable waste management practices across its operational sites. By spearheading initiatives focused on renewable energy generation and holistic environmental conservation, Tata Power exemplifies a commitment to sustainable practices that resonate with India's drive towards a greener future. Tata Motors' CSR policies are designed to align and complement the company's ESG initiatives. These CSR regulations work hand in hand with the company's broader ESG commitments, emphasizing responsible environmental practices, social welfare, and robust governance standards. The CSR activities are integrated into the ESG framework, reinforcing the company's efforts towards sustainable and responsible business practices while contributing positively to society and the environment. Tata Power demonstrates its alignment with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals by intricately mapping its initiatives to specific SDGs. The company meticulously outlines how each of its projects and programs contributes to the achievements of various SDGs. Tata Power's initiatives are strategically designed to address key areas outlined as the SDGs, such as clean and affordable energy, climate action, decent work and economic growth, sustainable cities and communities, among others. Through a comprehensive approach, Tata Power identifies, implements, and measures the impact of its initiatives in correlation with the SDGs. The alignment serves as a guiding framework, ensuring that the company's efforts are not only impactful but also contribute significantly to the global agenda of sustainable development outlined by the United Nations. Tata Motors demonstrates a comprehensive approach to environmental, social, and governance initiatives. Their actions encompass investments in renewable energy, reduction of carbon emissions, and sustainable manufacturing practices for environmental conservation. In the social sphere, they engage in community development, support education, healthcare, and skill enhancement, especially for underprivileged groups. Emphasizing transparent reporting, ethical business conduct, and regulatory compliance, Tata Motors establishes a strong governance framework. These efforts underscore their commitment to responsible business practices, positive stakeholder impacts, and societal betterment within their ESG framework. Here's another prominent company and its initiative towards sustainability in India: Mahindra and Mahindra. Mahindra's push for electric mobility. Mahindra and Mahindra has established robust ESG covers that encapsulate their commitment to responsible business practices. Environment. The company demonstrates a strong commitment to environmental sustainability by implementing various initiatives to reduce its ecological footprint. Mahindra and Mahindra focuses on energy efficiency, waste reduction, water conservation, and emission control across its operations. Embracing cleaner technologies and promoting renewable energy adoption are integral parts of its environmental initiatives. Sustainability. Mahindra and Mahindra prioritizes sustainability by integrating it into its core business strategies. The company emphasizes product innovation aimed at reducing environmental impacts, such as developing eco friendly vehicles and investing in sustainable agricultural practices. Additionally, it actively engages in community development programs supporting education, healthcare, and rural empowerment, ensuring a positive social impact. Governance. Strong governance practices form the foundation of Mahindra and Mahindra's operations. The company upholds high ethical standards, transparency, and accountability across its business operations. It adheres to stringent governance frameworks, ensuring compliance with regulations and fostering a culture of integrity and responsible decision making at all levels of the organization. Overall, Mahindra and Mahindra's ESG covers emphasize environmental stewardship, sustainable business practices, and robust governance, reflecting its commitment to creating long term value for stakeholders while contributing positively to society and the environment. Mahindra and Mahindra, a prominent player in India's automotive industry, has positioned itself as a trailblazer in promoting sustainable transportation solutions, particularly through its pioneering efforts in electric mobility. Recognizing the imperative need to reduce vehicular emissions and combat air pollution, Mahindra and Mahindra has championed the development and adoption of electric vehicles in the Indian market. The company's standout initiative includes the introduction of several electric vehicle models, such as the Mahindra E Verito sedan and the Mahindra E20 Plus hatchback. These EVs serve as an eco friendly alternative to conventional internal combustion engine vehicles, significantly reducing carbon emissions and contributing to cleaner air in urban centers. Mahindra's commitment to electric mobility extends beyond manufacturing vehicles. It encompasses creating charging infrastructure to support widespread adoption. The company has been instrumental in establishing charging stations across key cities, promoting the accessibility and convenience of electric vehicles for consumers. Furthermore, Mahindra and Mahindra actively collaborates with various stakeholders, including government bodies and technology partners, to drive innovation in the electric mobility ecosystem. This collaborative approach fosters advancements in battery technology, charging infrastructure, and sustainable mobility solutions. Through its concerted efforts towards electric mobility and commitment to sustainable transportation, Mahindra and Mahindra exemplifies a forward thinking approach aligned with India's aspirations for a greener and more sustainable future. Mahindra and Mahindra's previous reports showcase various initiatives reflecting their commitment to ESG principles. First, environmental initiatives. This includes investments in renewable energy projects, efforts to curtail greenhouse gas emissions, and the adoption of eco friendly technologies in their manufacturing processes. Second, sustainability programs. The company emphasizes rural development, agricultural innovation, and community engagement, particularly in areas like education, healthcare, and skill development. Third, governance practices. Mahindra and Mahindra places a strong emphasis on transparent reporting, ethical business conduct, and strict compliance with regulatory standards, fortifying a robust governance structure. Companies like Mahindra and Mahindra integrate their CSR initiatives within their broader ESG strategies. CSR activities aligned with ESG principles play a vital role in promoting environmental sustainability, social welfare, and sound governance practices. These CSR policies work harmoniously within the overarching ESG framework, contributing to responsible business conduct and generating positive impacts on stakeholders, society, and the environment. The way forward. In today's business landscape, companies grapple with sustainability challenges that impact their operations, supply chains, and profitability. Vendor credibility concerns, logistical disruptions, and social factors introduce further complexities, straining supply chain stability. To combat these hurdles, companies adopt strategies aimed at fostering sustainability and resilience. The journey towards sustainability in India is ongoing. It necessitates a holistic approach wherein regulatory frameworks continue evolving to address emerging challenges while fostering innovation and collaboration across sectors. It calls for businesses to proactively integrate sustainability into their core strategies, ensuring a symbiotic relationship between profitability and environmental stewardship. As India strides forward on this path, it not only epitomizes commitment to sustainable growth but also paves the way for a global blueprint for responsible business practices. By weaving together stringent environmental regulations and a corporate ethos centered on sustainability, India heralds a new era where businesses thrive while nurturing the planet they inhabit. One approach involves financing green transitions by allocating dedicated budgets for corporate social responsibility and environmental, social, and governance activities. India stands at the forefront of a global movement towards sustainable development with a pronounced focus on ESG factors. Recognizing the pivotal role of ESG aspects, encompassing environmental sustainability, social responsibility, and robust governance practices, Indian regulators have taken momentous strides to integrate these into the fabric of the country's business landscape. This concerted effort underscores India's unwavering commitment to fostering sustainable growth and responsible business conduct. At the helm of this transformative journey is the SEBI, that is Securities and Exchange Board of India, wielding significant influence in propelling ESG practices within India. In 2012, SEBI's groundbreaking introduction of the Business Responsibility Reporting (BRR) framework mandated listed companies to divulge their ESG practices. The primary goal was to instigate a cultural shift compelling these entities to embrace sustainable business practices and fortify their corporate governance standards. Further fortifying this mandate, the RBI took proactive measures within the banking sector by mandating the environmental and social impact assessments, that is ESIA, for all new projects in 2016. These guidelines aimed at ensuring that environmental and social risks were factored into financing decisions, emphasizing the sector's responsibility towards sustainable development. SEBI's 2018 directives to mutual funds to integrate ESG factors in investment decisions marked a pivotal moment. By necessitating the disclosure of ESG considerations in investment strategies, mutual funds were incentivized to factor in sustainability and social responsibility when selecting companies for investment, thereby reinforcing the country's commitment to sustainable finance. The government's recognition of ESG factors in achieving sustainable development manifested in the induction of the National Monetization Pipeline in 2021. This initiative, aimed at monetizing underutilized assets, stipulated that the processes be conducted with a focus on social responsibility and environmental sustainability, further emphasizing the multi sectoral approach towards ESG integration. Not confined solely to the financial domain, the Indian government extended its commitment to sustainability across various industries. These strategic directives underscore the nation's unwavering commitment to fostering sustainable growth and responsible corporate behavior. The National Monetization Pipeline stands as a visionary initiative aimed at unlocking the potential of underutilized assets while ensuring the process aligns with socially responsible and environmentally sustainable practices. In 2020, the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change unveiled the Eco Niwas Samhita 2020, a comprehensive guideline promoting energy efficient residential buildings. This initiative underscores India's resolve to enhance energy efficiency and curtail greenhouse gas emissions. While these regulatory strides signify a positive trajectory, there exists an arduous path ahead. Companies must willingly adopt sustainable practices complemented by stringent enforcement of ESG regulations by regulators. Embracing ESG practices not only aligns with environmental and societal welfare but also presents a prudent business choice. Companies embracing sustainability are poised to attract conscientious customers and investors, amplifying their long term competitiveness. While conscientious customers have been moving to sustainable products for a very long time, ESG investing, which has been around for more than a decade, has been gathering momentum. Certified green bonds or ESG compliant bonds receive money at lower rates. New equity funds are coming up, which prefer to invest only in ESG compliant businesses. To assess this, there are standardized ESG ratings by various rating agencies. We have also done a recent video on SEBI amendment to these regulations, requiring the rating agencies to publicize their methodology. India's elevation of ESG regulations mirrors its dedication to sustainable growth, aiming to foster sustainable business practices, elevate corporate governance standards, and mitigate environmental and social risks. Despite the journey's length, the embrace of ESG practices stands as a promising stride towards a sustainable future. Companies championing sustainability will not only benefit society and the environment but also position themselves for enduring success in the competitive business landscape. Embracing technological advancements while ensuring proper safeguards is crucial for overcoming limitations and ensuring comprehensive sustainability. Lastly, companies combat greenwashing concerns by prioritizing brand awareness and emotional marketing, engaging multiple stakeholders to establish genuine advocacy for sustainability. Encouraging sustainable business practices within traditional profit driven models demands a collaborative effort involving multiple stakeholders, adherence to regulations, and backing from governmental bodies. In the global shift towards holistic business sustainability, companies must prioritize eco friendly practices backed by strict penalties for non compliance and rewards for meaningful contributions to society and the environment.